Hi everyone, welcome to today's podcast. I am Sakirat Mahal, joined by Mr. Dinesh Kalyanasundaram, the President and CEO of Prism Analytics. In our conversation today, we'll be knowing and discussing more about Prism Analytics, what it does, where it came from, and where it is headed to. I'm very curious to know more about, as a data integration, what is something so different and new that Prism Analytics is doing in the market today that no other company is doing out there. Welcome to the podcast, Dinesh. Chai or coffee, what is keeping you going at 2 a.m.?
2 a.m. I don't think I have a lot of 2 a.m.s anymore. But I've always been a coffee guy. So if you ask me to pick, I'm going to say coffee. But lately I've been cutting down on that as well. Again, you'd like to think that too much coffee also can get you wired up. And when you're in a business like Prism Analytics is in, sometimes you don't want too much coffee in your system. But if I have to pick one, I'd say coffee.
Wise of the word.
Yeah.
So Dinesh, if you weren't doing data AI solutions firm, what in the alternative world would Dinesh Kalyanasundaram be doing right now?
We went there. I don't know. I'll just say that people starting data analytics, cloud-based applications, AI-based products firms, a lot of the people think it's the strength of the idea. And I don't think, for me at least, I'll speak for myself, I don't think that was the case. I'm an entrepreneur by chance. Most people have these ideas. They've been thinking about starting their own company, thinking about bringing an idea into reality. For me, it's been very different. So I'm an entrepreneur by chance. This became the next logical thing for me to do. If I didn't do this, I didn't know what else I would do. So I could be in, if I had to pick something else, I'd say I'm a big sports fan. I've always wanted to be in sports. I've played a lot of cricket. I enjoy NFL. I enjoy watching NFL. I enjoy the business of the sport. So if I had the luxury of picking something that I wanted to do, I'd probably pick something and be in the business of sport.
Not business, not
business,
playing.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a business of sport. It's a conscious term.
Yeah.
Because I just want to know, how these sports is a business. Every team is a business.
Yeah.
Every franchise is a business.
Right.
People fail to recognize that, and I'd say that I want to be in that, in what keeps the lights on at night or keeps the food on the table. The thing that keeps the sports running. So I'd be something in line with the business of sports. I'd say.
Nice.
Yeah.
I might say you do sense the entrepreneur in you, and you know that that's the path you should have and always would have gone on.
No, that's the thing, right? So this is, I don't think I had an entrepreneurial bone in my body.
All right.
It was mostly just I'd gone on with my journey. I was a chemical engineer by profession. I don't want this to be like my journey really. But again, I've been a chemical engineer by education. I've worked in the manufacturing industry for quite some time. Then got into data analytics. Took to data analytics like patting my own back for a second, fish to water. I enjoyed that. And, you get to a point where you ask yourself what that next step is.
Right.
And the next step is, bringing that vision to reality in terms of building a practice. So, there's difference. You could join another organization that's in a different scale of operation, try to help them in their journey. For me, I just wanted to pick this challenge, and it was just there in my journey. It was not necessarily something I was thinking about for a while. That makes sense.
Nice. So Dinesh, most people think running an AI solutions company is very glamorous, but it mostly is.
It mostly is more operational than people imagine. There's, you need to run payroll, you need to keep your people happy, there's culture, there's sales, there's pre-sales, there's marketing. And until you get to a point where you have answers for these questions, these are operational questions. And it's really on us as a unit to bring that together. So most people underestimate how much time it takes, how much effort it takes for this to come to reality. And that's what I've understood. I think I knew going in that there's some amount of operations, but a year and a half into the journey, I say I didn't give the operations side of it enough thought. But I'm still enjoying the journey, and everybody that's getting into something like this, people just think it's all the cool stuff. You go to talk to a customer and you go solve a problem, and voila, there's a revenue for you, right?
Right.
That side of the business, and you still have your cool moments, you have your fun moments, but it's really the operations is kind of the core that keeps everything else running.
Awesome. So Dinesh, was there a moment, a project that really motivated you to actually go into this and you were like, yeah, I have to create this?
That's a great question. I don't think there was one moment. Say there was a collection of moments.
Mm-hmm.
You start with realizing, so I'll speak a little technically here. A lot of the our clientele in my past role, in my previous company, they were all in the act of moving from on-premises to the cloud. They were also moving their data systems into the cloud. So there was this rush to be cloud native. As I saw that pattern kind of emerge from those discussions, we're lucky to be in this business of solving enterprise scale problems for our clientele. I say this with all humility, that when we have those discussions, we're really, at that point, a pattern seems to emerge, right?
Mm-hmm.
A pattern kind of emerges on you, and you realize that there is a significant place for a company or solutions firm where we can kind of give them a proper architectural advice and implementation advice and actually bring that vision into reality for them. And when you see 2, 3, 5 types of projects emerge from that, the pattern becomes clear.
Right.
So I feel like those collection of moments, and we were in my past organization, we were focused on legacy BI stacks, and they were experts at it. But the focus was really not on cloud native applications, entirely cloud native, modernizing the architecture and so on. So I felt like that was the aha collection of moments for me.
Mm-hmm. Nice. What would the past you not have seen that your company is doing today?
We're going philosophical today. I'll say that most people can't project into the future.
Mm-hmm.
Even the ones that can, they can only do it to an extent.
Are you being optimistic, over-optimistic here?
No, I'm saying that you don't realize.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm actually kind of saying the opposite. I'm saying people don't. I'm saying people don't realize that they can do a lot.
Yes.
With sustained, conscious movements in all the functions I previously mentioned: marketing, sales, operations, and pre-sales.
Mm-hmm.
And solving customer problems. The theme is that.
Right.
We solve our customers' data analytics, architectural problems.
Mm-hmm.
What you don't realize is things come together. Once you put the pieces together, it's all coming together even when you're not working on it.
Right.
I'd say that we got to a point where it gets built for you. When you're initially doing this, it feels like you're shouldering the load quite a bit yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But as time progresses, the foundation gets set. Building blocks that gets put in place without you doing much. So I'd say that that's one thing that the past me did not see coming.
Right.
And you can kind of see block after block getting assembled
Mm-hmm.
on a foundation that you helped put together.
Right. Would you say you were scared at the beginning?
I was definitely scared. It was healthy nervous energy.
Yes.
I know now. I didn't then. It was definitely healthy nervous energy. Yes, I was scared, but I think being scared helped me plan a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Again, people also project, when we start off enterprises, businesses like this, the question is, what's the revenue you want to achieve in the first few years? But it's not really about revenue. It's about how can you put those pieces together where one project comes to life, then 2 projects come to life. Then how can you scale that into 5? How can you build competency and tie that with opportunity that exists in the market today?
Right. So Dinesh, what are you genuinely loving about what you're doing right now? Something that is helping you stay awake at 3 a.m. but in a good way?
Yeah. So I try to not stay awake at 3 a.m. because the next day usually is it's a drag. But outside of that, what I do genuinely love about this is this opportunities to make other people's lives better. If you blink, it goes.
Mm-hmm.
You can see those opportunities being presented to you. I'm trying to be aware and conscious in the moment. I'm trying to take those opportunities. Not every opportunity can be taken, but you have your technical teams, you have your marketing teams, you have your sales teams.
Mm-hmm.
one, their career is at stake for them. They've invested their time, their careers with you. So there is an opportunity where you can make it better for them. I'm trying to be conscious about that, and I've seen some of those opportunities being realized. And so I think that's what you genuinely love about this. You can't do it just for that. You're also running a company that's for profit. You need the revenue to roll in. You need the profits to continue. If you ask me philosophically, since the tone of a lot of your questions has been philosophical, I'll stay philosophical and say that I think that's what I genuinely love about this.
So Prism Analytics cares for its people. That's what I'm sensing here.
I would like to think that that's the case.
You can't keep everybody happy.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So Dinesh, I'm at a dinner party introducing them to my friend Dinesh. And they ask me about Prism Analytics. What is Prism doing as data analytics? How do I define it? Keep it short, crisp.
If I had to say it super short, one sentence, I'd say we help companies modernize their data infrastructure, help them move from on-premises into the cloud, and help them architecturally build applications native to the cloud. And I know this is a long sentence, but that's what we do as Prism.
Right. Yeah. All right. So my friend Sam doesn't know this technical language and wants to know what exactly is on-premise.
It's a great question. So I'll take a little bit longer to explain this, if you don't mind. On-premises is just what the word says. It's in your house. It's in-house, really. You have companies, small companies, mid-sized companies. They have all their ERP, CRM, payroll systems, all of them managed in a data center in-house. So they've had historically more control of these systems.
Right.
But with that also comes the accelerating cost of maintaining these things.
Yes.
The hassle of maintaining these things. So with the advent of cloud providers, they took away all of these responsibilities from you. They stored all of this inside the cloud. You don't have the need for physical space. You don't have the need to maintain data systems, and so all of these became cloud native. Now, that I made it sound like that's a good thing, but there's also the element of you have to ensure that your transition process from on-premises to the cloud, that's where most of these small and medium-sized enterprises are, that the transition is smooth and that they are setting themselves up for success. They're unifying their data platforms, building data warehouses, like for like initially, but as time progresses, they want to be set up for success as in terms of maintaining their architecture, in terms of scaling up, scaling down their applications, and so on and so forth. I'm sorry I took a long time.
No. It's just that if there is a listener who's listening this and doesn't really understand technical, I'm pretty sure now they do what on-premise means. So moving people from one BI platform to another, what does that actually mean?
It's a great question. I think it's an offshoot of what I just described. So you have data, large volumes of data that get collected in different systems in an organization. What do you do with the data? You want insights. So these data systems come together, get integrated, get aggregated in a way that your time to insights is as short as possible. You want to make these decisions, and you want to make operational decisions, make analytical decisions for the company's benefit. With that being said, there are a lot of these on-premises core-based legacy platforms. And these legacy platforms continue to have negotiating leverage, because if you've built your applications on top of your data, but in legacy platforms, then the friction to move becomes very high. It's almost like, I don't want to throw out a lot of my old books, but I never use them. So that footprint keeps building up and up.
Right.
And then at one point I stand back and say, well, I'm paying for space for this. I'm paying for, maintaining this. So these legacy platforms become really hard to get rid of.
All right.
But also, you have this, again, 80% of the world's data has been collected in the last 2 years.
Right.
If the world is collecting data at that pace, chances are with your company, you're doing that too.
Right.
So I'd say that the move from legacy to more modernized architectures promises to provide more control of your own data and scaling up when needed and scaling down when needed. So those are the advantages of that, and that's what we help our customers do from a total cost of ownership perspective. So one of the most important things that we've told our customers is that we have total cost of ownership first. We look at what your footprint is, we look at what services you need inside of the cloud, and we keep you as scalable as possible, and so that the bills don't creep up on you month to month.
Right. So you might have already answered this, but still, why would a company actually do that?
Like I said, it's more scalability and control. What you don't want to do is don't want a house that's not functioning the way you want it to. You don't want a car, I'd say car. You don't want an old car that's charging you more than new car prices.
Right, yeah.
But in this case, it's costing a lot of money to get rid of the old car, right?
Yeah.
So it's not exactly a real world example, but sometimes that's kind of where these customers are. They have to spend more to get rid of the old car, but it's a one-time transition.
Right.
So they want to buy the new car, but for that to happen, they need to get rid of the old car.
Stories beat slides. Tell me about a client, before and after, dramatic story that I will never forget.
Quite yeah. I mean, we've had a lot of client engagements. I can't tell you that all of these ended up as super successes. We've had some fantastic ones, but I think the journey itself has been fascinating, provides a lot of learning. If I had to tell you one story, back to my previous discussion about BI platform moves, we had this one client in the last couple of years moved from a legacy BI platform into a more modern platform. But like I said, it's a huge footprint that they drag with them. This presented a reset point for them. This presented an opportunity for them to clean house and take away some of the analytics footprint that they were not using. The big success there was a lot of things had to come together. And when I say this, I don't want to take the entire credit for just us in how we approached it from a consulting perspective, in holding their hands and knowing technologies. I think they were also super prepared, the client themselves, with respect to their business units, communication with their business units, and for us to take all of these legacy footprints, legacy reports, legacy self-service applications and move them into the more modern architecture. All of these phases, from planning to the actual execution of this, happened extremely smoothly, and the communication played hand in hand. The data teams and the report teams, the analytics teams, worked together beautifully along with our teams. That was just kind of like a SWAT team that was just there for this act of transition, act of migration.
Right.
So all in all, I think, I thought that was one thing where all of the pieces fell into the puzzle exactly when it needed to fill in, exactly at the right time, with the right level of respect for each other. Because, I say this is like a baseball catcher. The world of professional services, the world of an external organization coming together, in spite of how glamorous everybody tells you it's going to be, it's not glamorous. But the thing is that you only get noticed when something goes wrong.
Right.
So it's almost like a baseball catcher's world. And if you're into cricket, it's like a cricket wicketkeeper's world.
Right.
You only get noticed when something goes wrong. But very few of those instances happened in this case. I think we worked together super well. We had a time frame of 11 months from start to finish, where they had to be out of the legacy platform. We got it done in 10. And like I said, it's not just,
Yes.
I don't want, we don't want to be taking all the credit. I think a lot of the pieces functioned really well.
Okay, Dinesh, I'm going to put you on the spot for a second. Because if you remember this client...
Like you haven't already.
if you remember this client so vividly, so I'm pretty sure there was something that went throughout this journey of 10 months or whatever period the project went on, that things worked out and you were like, man, I didn't know how that happened.
Yeah.
So anything specific that you can share with us today?
Yes. So I'll give you this without going too technical. So this is going from a legacy platform, old architecture, existing applications into the new world. Well, there's also, again, enterprise. This is a manufacturing company in the lower Midwest part of the US, and they had a group of people, about 500 users, that continued to use the platform.
Right.
You couldn't pull the plug from under them. So the communication, like I mentioned earlier, was the key piece. So there were several instances where there was new footprint being created while we were transitioning from old to new.
Right.
And I thought I was really nervous for that piece of this, because we had a drop dead date at the end of 11 months.
Okay.
We were all really nervous for this because all it took is a couple of rogue people building applications that they were not supposed to, and then you have to extend the licenses.
Right.
But I think that's where we all work together from a communication perspective, and the client themselves, they work together from a communication perspective. I think that's our success story, and we have a lot of these success stories. But I don't want to say something like this is all sunshine and roses. There's your shares of challenges and whatnot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, Dinesh, talking about culture, can you let us know a bit more about Prism's culture in like 3 words maybe?
Sure. I'll say this. I'll say that, we have our values, we have our mission statements. I'm not going to go there, but in terms of what Prism does well, we try to be as proactive and not reactive as possible. I know that sounds very cliched, but I think the idea is that for us to, as being in this world of data analytics and building data solutions for our clients and building applications for our clients, and being that external entity for them. There are situations where we work together very closely, but a lot of the work that we do, both on the product side of things and on the services side of things, keeps us kind of external to the actual organization, the client organization themselves. So it's extra important for us to be proactive and communicate really well with all the stakeholders in the company. So proactive and not reactive has been a mantra that we've tried to embody. Not all the time to 100%, but that's something that we talk to each other about, that we tell ourselves with, and we want to constantly be there and put the customer first, and put the solutions first, and whatever it takes. If you're the customer, especially if for someone in a total cost of ownership capacity, those are the problems we're trying to solve. It's not, we're trying to bring the overall monthly costs, yearly annual costs for our customers down. That being the case, it's extremely important for us to keep that TCO, total cost of ownership mentality, top of mind, and continue to prescribe and be an evangelist of that mantra, really.
Nice. Last big one, Dinesh. Yeah. If someone's watching this or listening to our podcast today and they're wondering, they want to know more about Prism Analytics, where do they go? www.prism-analytics.org. We have our excellent marketing team. Our technical team writes white papers every 3 or 4
a month. We have constant newsletters. Please sign up. In info@prism-analytics.org, and our website is www.prism-analytics.org. We welcome your feedback. We'd like to hear more about what you want to hear about in terms of data analytics, cloud migrations, and in terms of agentic AI. Something that we didn't talk too much about today was agentic AI. We build a lot of agents that interact with data systems. You've heard, the Claude, the ChatGPT,
Yes.
the agents that we build out of pure prompting. Without foundations in data, we build agents that are programmatic in nature.
Awesome.
And you can learn a lot about that from our website, from our newsletter, and from our white papers.
Awesome. That is Prism Analytics for you guys. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you really enjoyed the discussion that we had today with Dinesh Kalyanasundaram, and I hope that today's discussion answered a few more questions about what Prism Analytics is doing, where they came from, and where they are headed to. With that being said, I hope to see you again on our next segment. Please drop down any comments, any questions that you have down in the comments section. Also, let us know some conversation topics you would like us to discuss on our next segment. Thank you so much.